So next and last unit of electricity chapter, that is electrical energy and power. So if you want electrical energy, then first of all we have to know what is electrical work done. Alright. Now from the definition of potential difference, one can find out what is the electrical work done. Just you consider this example. Suppose you have connected a conductor of resistance R across the point AB and the potential difference across the point AB is V. Let us consider I amount of current is passing. So I is equal to Q by T, where we are considering Q is the charge passing through the resistance in time T. Okay. So what is the concept of potential difference? If I say potential difference across the 2 points is V, what does it mean? If I take plus 1 coulomb charge from the point A to B, then work done is equal to V. Now you look at the diagram, we are not taking unit charge. Rather, how much charge we are taking? We are taking Q amount of charge. So to take unit charge, if the work done is V, then to take Q amount of charge, what will be the work done? That is Q into V. So you see, what is the expression for electric work done? It is coming from the concept of potential difference, and you can write Q into V. If we assume that Q amount of charge is passing in time T. Okay, this is T. Q amount of charge is passing in time T. Now you see, again you can write, Q is equal to I into T and V is equal to I into R. So you see, W you can write it as I square RT. Okay? Clear? Now, another one you can write in place of I, because you know V is equal to IR. So in place of I, you can write V by R. So how much it will become? V square by R square into R into T. So you see, you are getting that V square into T by R. So you can write work done as V square T by R also. Okay. So how you can write down all this relation? You can write another point here. You can write Q is equal to I into T. So I into T into V also. So again we know electrical energy is equal to the electrical work done. Rather, for any kind of energy, we can say energy is equal to work done. So if I combine all the relations together, then you see what you are getting. You can write first QV, or you can write VIT, or you can write I square RT, or you can write it V square T by R. So you are supposed to learn and remember all these relations for electrical energy or electrical work done. Alright. Then next one will be, what is the expression for electrical power? Power we know, energy by time. So you see, you can write it as V into I, or you can write it as I square into R, because when you divide it by T, T will get cancelled. So you can write it as V square by R. So these are the two relations, rather lots of relations, series of relations you have to remember for work done and power. Very easy. Q into V, then VIT, I square RT, V square T by R. And for power, just drop the term time. Okay, so it will become V into I square R, or V square by R. Then next what are the units of electrical power? Alright, in units of electrical power. Now we can say that SI unit of electrical power is watt. Just like the mechanical power only. But in this case we define in a different manner. You see, P is equal to V into I. So when P is 1 watt, then V is 1 volt and I is 1 amp. Okay, so electrical power 1 watt, how we define? when 1 amp current flows through a PD of 1 volt. 1 amp current flows through a PD of 1 volt, then electrical power consumed is 1 watt. Alright, and in case of mechanical power, I hope you can remember how we defined 1 watt when 1 joule of work is done in 1 second. That's the way we said, no? But in this case of electrical power, 1 watt, we say this way, that 1 amp current, when 1 amp current flows through a PD of 1 volt, then the electrical power consumed is 1 watt. The next one is the very important topic, that is commercial unit of electrical energy. That in the work done power chapter also we have studied what is the commercial unit of electrical energy, that is known as kilowatt hour. Alright, or we write this way, kilowatt hour, K small, then W big, H small. Okay, K small, W big, H small, kilowatt hour. How we define 1 kilowatt hour? So you see 1 kilowatt hour, you can write it as 1 kilowatt into 1 hour, isn't it? So how you can write in sentence that when an electrical appliance, I have written it is electrical appliance of power 1 kilowatt works for 1 hour, then electrical energy consumed by the appliance is 1 kilowatt hour. Alright, now kilowatt hour is a very favorite topic of the examiner. So you must learn and remember it. The definition of 1 kilowatt written at last. Now what is the relation between kilowatt hour and joule? Although we have done it in the work power energy chapter, but once again I am doing 1 kilowatt into 1 hour. 1 kilowatt means 1000 watt. 1 hour means 60 into 60 second, and watt means joule per second. So you are getting 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. Alright. Now I forgot a few relations. That is 1 kilowatt is 10 to the power 3 watt. And then 1 megawatt is 10 to the power 6 watt. Although in work energy power chapter also we have done the same. Okay, so these are the important relations you must remember for solving the numericals. Now next topic is very interesting topic because it is related with our day-to-day life, that is the power rating of electrical appliances. Now, if you consider any electrical appliances, I am giving the most common example because that is easily available and everybody can see. If you take LED bulb, now that the old pattern of bulb generally we do not use. If you are having in house, it is well and good. Otherwise, you just take any LED bulb, you will see that on that appliance at one place the voltage and power will be written like this. I am giving the example of the common electrical bulb. You will see this is the way it is written, 220 volt 100 watt. Means one voltage, another power will be mentioned, that is written on any electrical appliances. Okay, for every appliance it will be written. So this voltage and power mentioned together on any electrical appliance is considered as its power rating. Okay, now what is the meaning of the power rating? That you have to understand. That is very, very important. That this the 220 volt 100 watt means when you will connect the appliance individually, separately to 220 voltage, then only it will consume 100 watt power. You have understood what I meant to say? When you will connect the appliance to 220 volt individually, then only power consumed by the appliance will be 100 watt. Just consider this example. Suppose that you have taken the bulb and you have connected to the source which is 220 volt. Okay, then what will be the power consumed by the bulb? That will be 100 watt. Okay, but suppose by mistake you have done this, that you have connected two bulbs. Okay, B1 is this, B1 is this. You have connected two bulbs in series to 220 volt. Then what will happen? Then it will not show 100 watt power consumed. It will not consume 100 watt power. Alright. So what is the meaning of power rating? That you have to understand. This part please do not copy in the notebook. Okay, this I have written for your understanding, better understanding. So here, what is the meaning of the power rating? That when you will connect the appliance to the mentioned voltage, then only it will consume the mentioned power. Okay, that is the concept of power rating. Now the question is that why power rating is given for all the electrical appliances. Now why the power rating is mentioned? Because from power rating you can calculate what is the resistance of the appliance. Alright, you see, you know P is equal to, you know that P is equal to I square R, or you can write V square by R. So you see what will be the resistance? It is given by V square by P. So this relation, that P is equal to I square R equal to V square by R, this part you don't have to write, only this one you should write. That what is the formula we use? R is equal to V square by P. V is known to us, P is known to us. So you can calculate from the power rating what is the resistance. Then what you can calculate? Maximum current the appliance can withstand, which is also known as safe limit of current. How you can find? P is equal to V into I. So you see what is I? I is given by P by V. So one can calculate what is the maximum current appliance can withstand from the power rating. P is known to you and V is known to you. Now the third thing you can calculate from the power rating is electrical energy consumed. Okay, if you know how long the appliance is working, that is known as the working hours. Okay, so if you know the working hours, then if you multiply the working hours with the power written on the appliance, you can find out what will be the energy consumed by that electrical appliance. Alright, so these are the three important application of the power rating, that we can find out the resistance of the appliance, we can find out the maximum current the appliance can withstand, and we can also find out the electrical energy consumed by the appliance if we know the working hour of the appliance. Now we can combine these two topics that I have taught earlier just now, that power rating and electrical energy together to find out what is the household consumption of electricity. So you see how you can find out. We know that electrical energy consumed is given by power into time, isn't it? Now you see E in kilowatt hour, when you are calculating, then that will be the household consumption, isn't it? So you see, you can write down the formula like this: N into P, here P in kilowatt into time, time in hour. Okay, N is the number of the appliances. This is one formula. Or you can write down in this way: N into P, when P is given in watt, not in kilowatt, and time is given in hour, then you see it will become watt into hour. but energy is calculated in kilowatt hour, then you can use this formula divided by 1000. Why I have written number of the appliance? What is N here? N is number of appliance. Just you consider that if you consider what is the energy consumed by the fans. So generally in a house there are more than one fan, isn't it? So in that case you can multiply that P into T by the term N. And when there is only one appliance, just like consider TV, generally we are having one TV, we are having one fridge, refrigerator, one washing machine. In that case what will be the number N? N will be 1. Okay. So this is the way you can calculate energy consumed. Then what will be the cost of electricity? The total cost, not cost, I'm sorry, total cost of electricity. It will be energy consumed multiplied by rate of cost. Rate of cost means what? Rate of cost means cost of energy per kilowatt hour. Just like consider, generally we say rate of cost of electricity is 5.75 rupees. It means what? For 1 kilowatt hour, 5.75 rupees you have to pay the bill. So what will be the total cost of electricity? It will be total energy consumed multiplied by cost per kilowatt hour. So these are the three relations generally we use to calculate the electric bill of any house, or to calculate the household consumption of electricity. Now we are having this common experience that whenever current passes through the electrical appliances, just you consider this example when current is passing through an tube light. Then after some time you touch the tube light, you will see that the tube light becomes hot. What does it mean? Whenever current passes through a conductor, then heat is produced. Means let us consider I amount of current is passing through a conductor of resistance R in time t. Okay, then you can consider that heat produced H, it is directly proportional to the current, square of the current passing through the conductor. Then heat produced, it is directly proportional to the resistance of the conductor, and heat produced, it is directly proportional to the time during which the current is passing through the conductor. This is given by Joule, scientist Joule, Joule. Okay, so it is also known as Joule setting effect of current, and according to Joule, if you combine all these three, you can write what is the heat produced in a conductor. It is given by this relation. So H is equal to I square RT Joule. Clear? So this is known as heating effect of current. What is heating effect of current? When a current passes through a conductor, then heat is produced across the conductor, or we can say certain amount of electrical energy is converted into heat energy. Okay, and how much heat will be produced? That is directly proportional to square of the current passing through the conductor. Heat produced is directly proportional to the resistance of the conductor. Heat produced is directly proportional to the time during which current is passing through the conductor. So if you combine all these three, then you can write down H is equal to I square RT Joule. Now we know that 1 calorie is equal to 4.2 Joule. Alright, so you see, if you want to write H into calorie, what you have to do, it will be I square RT divided by 4.2 calorie. Okay, means you can write it like this. It is I square RT divided by 4.2 calorie. This one is just simply coming from this relation, but most of the cases we use this relation. Okay, so this is the last topic of this chapter. So kindly study all the important topics that I said, and also try to remember all the important relation that I wrote within the rectangular boxes. Thank you, girls.